What is up, cool cats of the interwebs? It is your girl Haley back at it again with another episode of your grandmother's favorite podcast. It is the pre-review crew, and it is the end of the year. This is the episode for November and December 2024. Let me introduce my cast of characters and then we will get right into the games. As always, we have Brennan
Yo.
and we have Mike.
So,
Okay, we're going to kick it off with November's games that we previously previewed, and now we are kicking it into the review. First, we are going to start with Slitterhead. It is a single player horror survival game developed and published by Boken Game Studios. It came out on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox Series S and X on November 8th. It currently sits at a 65 top critic average, with only 26% of critics recommending.
yeah, this did a lot worse than I thought it was going to. I am seeing a lot of deferring reviews. Some people, Eurogamer gave it a 5 out of 5, and then IGN gave it a 5 out of 10. So I am seeing a lot of different opinions. But overall, it looks like a lot of people just just didn't enjoy this game very much.
It's definitely weird to see the disparity here. Even on Steam, I checked really quick, and it's sitting at very positive reviews. It doesn't have a lot of reviews, but it's still sitting at very positive. So it's just kind of interesting to see how it really clicked with some people.
I honestly don't. I don't know. I wanted this game to do better, but at the same exact time, I'm just like, eh. I feel like it performed where I sort of expected it to.
Yeah, I'm reading. One guy thinks this is going to end up like a cult classic. Um, One of those games where even though it got bad reviews, there will be people who enjoy it, which is a shame because I love horror and I want more horror games, and this isn't doing very well.
It's gonna be one of those ones that, like, everybody just forgets about, and then in 30 years, it's going to be super popular.
Yeah. About 15 years from now, the three of us are going to look online on whatever social media app is popular at the time, and all of a sudden this shit's going to be, hyped up and everything. We'll be like, what the hell? Like,
It's gonna
when we
be
talked about it, it wasn't that.
$600.
Yeah.
Be honest, how much of the reviews, the poor reviews, how many do you think of them stem from the name being Slitterhead?
All of them.
Yeah, man, I would take points off just for the name.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Like they made a whole ass game and that was the best name they came up with. Like, can we?
Maybe it's because, like, you play as somebody who only slits the heads of their enemies, because you know that's so intense.
I think they're just high on whippets and we're going for it.
It's like it's like honestly, I can imagine it too. It's like a couple of guys, they're in their friend's garage, right? Um, fall day, garage is like half down or whatever, and they're doing whippets in the garage. And one of them's like, dude, we should start a heavy metal band. What do we call it? Slitterhead. Yeah, like that's what this fucking sounds like.
They think they're so hardcore.
Mike, you like metal? Does Slitterhead not sound like a metal band name?
But it does. It sounds like some kind of disgusting death metal band.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
really shit one.
Yeah, like you go to their show at like some club in an area that you just shouldn't be in after 5 p.m. All right, everybody, tonight we are Slitterhead.
Awful, awful name. Terrible name.
I I don't I honestly just have no comments because that name freaks me out. And I feel like I'm offending somebody every single time I look at it. But we're gonna kick it over to the next game, which it honestly seems like this November just wasn't. It just wasn't here. The next game we're going to talk about is Everholm. It's a single player farming sim. It's developed by Chonky Loaf and published by Indie.io. It came out on PC on November 11th. It currently only has 2 reviews, and both of them are sitting at a 7 or a 7.5. Now, I did play this game. I didn't play a lot of it because I started it on my Steam Deck and it is not optimized for that. It's not bad on the Steam Deck, but you do have to resize some things. Um, so that's sort of like why I just stopped playing it because I was like, I'm annoyed by this. But it's a lot of fun. It's really cute. Pixelated Stardew Valley vibes. It is a little bit more mature than Stardew Valley, and that is something that I really enjoyed about it. Um, I do plan on playing more of it when I have time. I just haven't yet. But it's really good. I really like it.
Mm.
So
So,
would
like,
you rather play this or Stardew Valley?
I was
Um,
just gonna ask the same question.
Yeah.
I think it just sort of depends. Like, I don't play Stardew Valley for the plot. Um, I do that to like make a farm with friends. This I would actually play for the plot.
Okay.
Like it's and another thing that gets me is the map is huge, but nothing is labeled. So like I kept walking around into buildings going, who am I looking for and where am I supposed to be going? And I could not for the life of me figure it out. But yeah, other than that I really enjoyed it. I want to, like I said, I want to play it more. I just haven't had the time. I do wish this came out on Switch rather than PC. I think this would make a fun Switch game, and I hope that they do optimize it for the Steam Deck. Because this is one of those cozy games that I would prefer to play in bed than at my PC.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Yeah, from what I'm reading, it seems, I don't know. I think Stardew Valley's been around a long time. We need a new contender, to take over the whole life sim, you know, genre. I don't know if this would be the one. You can tell me, but I don't know if this will be the one to completely take it. But it would at least be a good option for people who are sick of playing Stardew.
I definitely think it leans that way. I don't think this game is going to overtake Stardew. Honestly, I don't think any game is ever going to overtake Stardew. Um, but it's really cute. It's really fun. Um, I think it sets out to do just that and just be a little bit more of a mature Stardew Valley. I think if it shot for anything else, it wouldn't achieve that.
Would you recommend it to like people that do like stuff like Stardew Valley?
Oh, definitely. It's the only thing is like the pixel graphics kind of get annoying after a little bit. Um and I mentioned how it has like that corner view. Honestly, that doesn't bother me at all when I was playing with it. I didn't mind it at all. Um So yeah, so if you want something that's a little bit more mature than Stardew Valley, I definitely recommend this game. Um, because it is a lot more plot driven than Stardew Valley is.
Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that. I like the idea
Like because
of
I sorry to cut you off, but I think that I like Stardew Valley, but after a while it gets boring because it's just like, well, what am I supposed to do after this? And this actually has a plot line and you're uncovering mysteries and things like that. And yeah, there are mysteries in Stardew, but I feel like it's more like mysteries for the sake of like having mysteries. Like there's no real plot line. And this is all about uncovering the secret town that everybody knows you, but you have no clue who they are. So, like, that's really cool. And, like, you get to pick your dialogue options as well.
that is kind of cool. I like that premise.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
like, I wish this had more reviews because honestly, it was a lot of fun. Um, let's see how it is doing.
Yeah, I want to try it. It looks very. I don't know. I feel like it looks like something I would like because I'm kind of a sucker for these farming sims.
It has mostly positive reviews on Steam. It's sitting at 136 of them. Um, yeah,
It's only $20 right now.
some people are saying that the key mapping is poor. It's a little finicky. It's not that bad. Like I said, I haven't played it on PC. I've only played it on my Steam Deck, so I had to like size things down to make sure that they fit correctly. Um, but I really like it.
Yeah, it's only $20 right now, and you can get it with Cat right now. There's a sale. Get it with Cat Cafe Manager.
Oof, I've always wanted to be a cat cafe manager.
There you go. This is your opportunity.
Just added that to my wish list. Okay, and now we're gonna kick it over to our last game for November. That is Stalker 2 Heart of Chornobyl. It's a single player first person shooter survival horror game. It's developed and published by GSC Game World. It came out on PC and Xbox Series S and X on November 20th. It's sitting at a 74 top critic average with only 63% of critics recommending.
Seems like it's a buggy mess.
Yeah. My brother got this one. And that's what he said is it is a fun game. It is enjoyable. It's a nice pace, as far as shooters go, but that there is a lot of bugs. Um, I've heard that there are a lot of patches coming up to fix these bugs, but at the moment of this recording, yeah, there's a good amount of bugs.
Damn. That sucks.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm reading here is everybody's saying, despite the technical challenges, it's actually a good game.
I would. Yeah, I mean, I would. I'm glad to see that, like, because the original Stalker was seemingly such a cult hit. Um, so I would kind of hope that the core of the game would still be able to, be fine in a modernized way. I guess I don't know. I haven't really read too much about Stalker 2 to be honest, because I don't really. I've never played them, but I've wanted to play this one. Um, but I'm probably gonna – after looking at the scores, I'm probably just gonna end up waiting for a sale.
Or wait until they patch everything.
Yeah, that.
I didn't really look too much into this, but I did watch Dan's gaming play a little bit of it, and he was just like, this game is so unforgiving. And I was just like, oh, that sounds hard.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what the original Stalker was known for as well. Um, these are not easy games. Do not expect to buy this game, sit down, and have a nice, easy time shooting stuff. These are intense games. These are very punishing if you're not learning as you play. Um, so I just, I feel people need to know that this is not going to be something you play because you want to de-stress after work.
It's very well put.
And I don't mind games like that, but also at the same exact time, like, when did Stalker come out? When did this come out? I feel like I want to sit there and be like, oh, like you should lean a little bit towards those like newcomers, but at the same exact time, those newcomers should also understand what they're getting into.
Uh, it's
I think the
been,
first one.
I was going to say, it's been almost 2 decades since the original.
Yeah, 2007.
Damn.
Because I remember playing the original. Um, and it was a very hard game. It was fun, especially because, at the time there was really only this Battlefield and Call of Duty. Well, you had Halo, but I don't know. And so I tried this out, and yeah, it's a very, very difficult game.
Almost like a harder Fallout.
Essentially,
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. I think that's always why I've been like drawn to them. Um, I've watched a couple of people do like retrospectives on the original one, and even though I watch a couple of them, and I've watched it, and I still don't really know what the fuck's going on in the first Stalker game. No clue. But it's such a cool concept. It could be good. This is relevant. This is I actually kind of funny. So I'm in a book club, right? I swear to God, this is relevant. I'm in a book club at work with some friends, right? And so we have to put suggestions for the next book and toss them into a hat, whatever, pick them out. So I picked Roadside Picnic. Roadside Picnic is the book that was the inspiration or inspired. It inspired Stalker. Stalker exists because of Roadside Picnic. It's the same concept where aliens long ago came and stopped by the planet to have a picnic and left all this shit and then left. And all of this shit is kind of like in Chernobyl, right? Um, that was the book that was picked for the fucking book club. So now I have to read Roadside Picnic, and we're talking about it next week. So I think it's really funny that I did that because of Stalker. Yeah.
Honestly, that's pretty cool.
so I bet the book club to play Stalker 2.
Oh my god, no, they would never. It's mostly they mostly read smut. So
And now they're reading Roadside Picnic.
yeah, they're not a fan. They just they don't like it at all. Nobody likes it.
Damn it, there's no sex in this.
Yeah, that's not true. They don't. They do enjoy smut, but that's not all they read.
We can just they can imagine some smut in there. It has aliens, sexy aliens.
Yeah.
Because, like Star Wars proved, there could be some sexy aliens out there. And Mass
Oh
Effect.
my. And Mass Effect. Yeah.
Dead and dying. Okay, we are going to now kick it over to the review portion for December. After this, the only thing we have left is our end of the year episode, and I cannot believe that we are basically done. Um, there's honestly not anything good coming out at the end of the year. So we're going to kick it over to Animal Crossing Pocket Camp Complete. It's an adventure life sim developed and published by Nintendo, only on mobile and coming out on December 2nd.
Yeah, like Ailey said, there really isn't much coming out for December. I think the only big game coming out this month is Path of Exile 2, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes. Um, but I picked this Pocket Camp. You know, it's a nice little way to take Animal Crossing with you without having to carry your Switch. Because, admit it, everybody has a phone now. Um, my grandpa has a phone. He doesn't even know how the hell to use it, but he has one. Um, but you know, I played the original one of this. This is a re-release, and it's really fun. It's it's Animal Crossing, just smaller. Uh, I'm blanking right now, but yeah. So if you want more Animal Crossing, this is pretty much going to be a good game. You can, if you were playing the original Pocket Camp, you can transfer all your stuff over to this, so you won't lose out everything that you did the past, however long you've been playing Pocket Camp.
I think a lot of people are upset though because this is going from a live service to basically just a full fledged game in and of itself.
Yeah,
And the price tag on it isn't light. It's $10 till January, and then it goes up to $20.
Oh,
yeah, yeah. I think that's the one downside for this is the price.
yikes.
But just know that there is no in-app purchases. Um, so yeah, because everybody complains it's not free to play, but I mean, is anything actually free to play when you think about it? It has the
Mm,
term free to play on it, but in order to actually do the cool stuff, you got to buy shit. This is just they're coming out, from the start. Like, okay, yeah, you're gonna pay for this, but just don't expect to pay any more after you buy the game.
And I get that, but also I feel like that's cutting off like most of the people that like were devoted to Pocket Camp,
Hmm.
because like one of the like yes, free isn't really free because you have loot boxes and everything, but you can still play the game without
Yeah,
having to pay for those. So now you're putting this game that millions of people have played behind a paywall and going, you can only play this if you have $20. Whereas I feel like more people were interested in playing it when it was free to play, because one, it was free to play, but also the loot boxes probably cost less. Like, I feel like I would be more inclined to play it free to play and buy loot boxes than to just shell out $20 all at once. And I know that sounds funny, but like, think about it.
okay, I just want to bring up one point. First off, I think the price tag is awful. I think it's awful. But if it were maybe like $10 total, I would feel a lot better about this.
hmm
But it's not, so that does play a factor. But hear me out. Um, Eventually, when live service games at some point in time, they're gonna dwindle off and not make as much money, right? And they're gonna have to shut down because it's a live service game, right? It has to live somewhere, and it's not on my computer. It's got to go somewhere. But instead of shutting it down completely, I don't mind the idea of a game, a live service game, see once live service, instead of shutting down completely, um, just being sold to the to the consumer as like a one-time purchase, similar to this, but just not with such high of a price tag. Or if you do have that high of a price tag, you have to have that much value given to the customer or whatever. Like because it's valued at $20, like it has to have $20 worth of shit, right? At least you would hope so. I don't know that for a fact, but you're hoping. But I would hope, I would rather a game be sold to me later rather than die off completely. You know what I mean? And only certain games can get away with that, right? So it's yeah.
Yeah, I think it would have been better if this was like $4.99 and that was it.
Are we mad at the price just because it's a mobile game?
Yes.
I mean, yes and no. I'm mad because $20 is just, I'm a grouchy old man. $20 is just sounds like a lot. Um, but again, I don't know what you get for the $20, right? Like if it's just the game alone, yeah, it's stupid high. But if they give you stuff, then maybe.
You get to
As
be KK Slider's groupie.
as far as I know, everything's unlocked except like the Sanrio um collaboration that they did. So you have access to everything. It's not behind loot boxes.
I don't know, man. It's,
Everything but the Hello Kitty. That's
But
one
like,
pussy you're not going to get.
oh my god. But like I do agree with Brennan. Like when the time comes and the company's like, we don't want to support this anymore. I think turning it into a full-fledged video game is a great idea. But $20 for a mobile game? I just think that's outrageous. Like it's a phone game.
yeah, no, I agree.
Like I said, I think just a straight $4.99 across the board would have been a lot better.
Yeah, totally.
Or even just like they did $4.99 for the 2 months and then it goes up to 10. Like 10 is the most I would even think about batting an eyelash towards this game.
Mm-hmm.
But 20, like you're reaching. I don't love Animal Crossing that much.
There are some people who do, though.
True shit.
Especially
Speak.
because New Horizons isn't getting any more updates. So they got to turn to something.
They really cut Animal Crossing off.
Seriously.
They really
Yeah.
went, hey, you guys want this? Okay, well, here you go. And now we're done with it.
Which surprises me because New Horizon did so well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't understand why they stopped. I mean, they're still doing, holiday events and stuff, but as far as new content goes, I don't know why they stopped supporting a game that, made them millions and millions of dollars.
I remember, like, being up at midnight and downloading it
Mm-hmm.
and being on Discord with Emily going, oh my god, is yours downloaded? Yeah, okay. How do we play this?
It was funny because I was downloading New Horizons and my brother was downloading Doom. So we were just, one of us was killing shit and one of us was, making a nice little island. And that was during the pandemic too, so I remember that. So I played so much New Horizons and Doom. But yeah. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie. For $10, I am kind of tempted to pick it up before it goes up. I love Animal Crossing, so I'm a sucker. I'll just admit that I'm a sucker.
If it ever, like, goes on sale in the App Store, maybe. But I also don't play a lot of mobile games. So, and if I have to pay for one, count me out.
Yeah.
Speaking of mobile games, the next one we were going to is Infinity Nikki. It's a open world puzzle dress up game. It's developed by Paper Games and published also by Paper Games and Infold. It's coming out on PC, PS5, and mobile. And if you play it on PC, it is, as far as I know at the moment, Epic exclusive. It's coming out on December 4th. So speaking of mobile games, played I played one of the Nikki games. I forget what it was called. Um, Let me look it up. I played Love Nikki, and I got very far in that game. Very, very far in that game. And then I stopped playing it. But it's essentially like there's a whole plot line of like you have to save the world, and you have to save the world through these like dress up battles. There's definitely more to it. Um, but that's just all I remember. And then I started playing, mind you, this Infinity Nikki is like the fifth installment. Um, so then I started playing the most recent one, which is Shining Nikki, and it's like a 3D esque one. Um, and that is super, super intense, and it's a lot of fun. So now they're making it into a like computer game. Um, I don't know how it's going to work because it also says it's open world. So I'm curious to like see how that pans out. I don't know. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Um, I've heard of this series just because I'm a weeb, so I love games with cute Japanese girls. But yeah, I was watching the trailer and I was like, huh, this is something I could get into. I especially like the song that plays during the trailer. I'm playing it again right now just so I can hear the song.
So the first game was Hello Nikki. No, it was Nikki up to you addressing the story. And then came out Hello Nikki, and then came out Love Nikki, and then Shining Nikki, and now Infinity Nikki. And there's a whole, I don't know the whole plot line. Unfortunately, like I said, it's like you saving the fucking world. I never finished Love Nikki because I got done with it.
Is, is it through the power of friendship?
Yeah, but it's like you
Yeah.
like traverse these like different nations, making friends, and like you battle each other, and it's really cute. It's a lot of fun. That one is more 2D because of when it came out. That came in 2006. And then Shining Nikki is 3D. And I'm pretty sure, I feel like Paper Games might have another. There's another game that's out that's very similar to Shining Nikki. Oh, okay, yeah. So the people who published this, who published Shining Nikki with Paper Games, Infold, they also made a game called Love and Deep Space. And that is basically Shining Nikki, but with guys.
Eh.
Those guys in there are hot. Hot.
Oh.
That one is a little bit more of a um you don't do dress up. There's a whole storyline where it's like you're like a detective or something. I don't remember it exactly. Um
Question:
yeah.
Are they Korean uh, pop star hot?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, I could get into that.
Um but yeah, you're like trying to like uncover mysteries and things like that. So like you, if I remember correctly, you like go around and try to figure out things. There's going to be some music playing in there. I was just on the website. and it just started randomly playing.
Yeah,
Um,
me too. I just looked it up and
but
my
yeah,
headphones just blasted.
I was like, click off of this really fast. But yeah, so I'm curious to figure out what Infinity Nikki comes out to be, just because like they've only made mobile games so far. So how do you take a series like this and make it a PC and console game? But also, how do you take a game that is a console game and then stick it on mobile? Because everything that I'm seeing from like the trailers and everything looks extremely graphically intense. And I'm not saying that phones can't do it, but this just seems a bit too much for a phone.
I just pre-registered, so we'll find out in a few days.
The music played again. I gotta stop. There we go. I got it. So yeah, so I'm curious about both of those. I'm curious to see like how this turns out because it looks massive. So I'm just like, what are they going to sacrifice to move this to mobile? But also, what are they going to sacrifice to get this on PC? Because I think the one thing I'm worried about with them putting this on PC and console is that it's going to, one, look hideous, or two, be empty. So that's my worry with it. Am I gonna buy it? Probably. I want to say probably. More than likely. I just wish it
Yeah,
was coming out on Steam.
yeah. I pre-registered. I think it's free. It didn't, when I downloaded it, it didn't say anything about a price or having to buy it.
I'm looking it up.
I don't have Epic Store open right now
It just
on
says
Steam.
coming soon.
I am too. Yeah, but okay.
So I guess we'll see. Um, okay. Yeah, I'm very curious just because I'm sitting here and it's like I'm looking at what it recommends for like the CPU and the GPU, and I'm just like, okay, I have the GPU. My CPU is better than that. So like, how are you gonna get something like that to run on PC?
Hmm.
But we'll see. I just hope this isn't full price. If it does have a price, um, which I'm going to assume it's going to have a price, I wouldn't pay $50, $60 for this.
Yeah, yeah, no. When it releases and I open it up, and if it says um, more than $10, I'm like, no. Because did the older ones have any like gotcha mechanics or anything like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, free isn't free.
Oh no, it definitely wasn't. But I never paid for anything in these games. I played them, and then once I got to a point that I like couldn't play it anymore, I would stop and then come back in a couple days, play more of it. Um, but I never paid for anything. But I'm watching a trailer now. I truthfully don't understand how this is going to be on mobile. I do not understand.
Yeah, I'm gonna open it up. It's gonna be all choppy and nasty.
Yeah, it's an open. I don't know. We'll see. I don't
I
have
mean, they,
high hopes for this on mobile.
I mean, they got Genshin Impact to work on the phone, so it made my phone heat up something nasty. But I mean, they got it to work.
Your phone went, please let me die.
Yeah. Why do you make this any longer?
And I'm sort of like upset this is only coming out, at least as far as I know, coming out on Epic. Um, just because I would love to play this on my Steam Deck.
Yeah, yeah, same.
So, but we'll see. Maybe it'll come over later. It could be a timed exclusive. Um, I don't know, but it's cute, and I enjoy that. So last game we are talking about for December, and probably the only most interesting one that we're going to talk about at all, is Path of Exile 2. It's an RPG adventure. Is it an MMO? I saw massive multiplayer, but I wasn't sure if it was online or not.
Yeah,
No.
not really.
Is it multiplayer at all?
Yeah, it's similar to Diablo 4, where like you see other people in town. But like once you go out of town, you're just on your own.
Okay. It's developed and published by Grinding Gears Games. It's coming out on PC, PS5, Xbox One, Series S and X. Uh, Early access, early access on December 6th.
This shit look good.
Um,
Dead.
I was just about to say the same thing. I have tried the early access for this. I'm sorry, but fuck Diablo. Like this is if you're looking for an action RPG like Diablo style, this is the game to get.
Hell yeah. It's very good to hear. I was a big fan of the first Path of Exile.
Yeah.
So it's very nice to hear the second one is also just as good. So like what can you give me like uh some differences between two?
I never played the first one.
Oh dang. Okay, because that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering like what's gonna be what has changed, you know?
Yeah.
Because I personally haven't read up on it at all, obviously. So I don't really I don't know what's changed.
What I will tell you is people complain about how long Atlas games are. This this has so much stuff for you to do, especially end game. Um like if you want to get through this, you're gonna be at your computer for a very long time.
Nice. Good to hear. Yeah, I
But
think
yeah, it's fun. I love the leveling system. It's really, really packed with skills and stuff for you to do. And it just it this game just gives you a lot of content and it's really fun to play. I like I said, I enjoy it a lot more than Diablo. Only thing Diablo had was the multiplayer. Otherwise, this game I think is superior. So this is one I'm really, really looking forward to. Um, for when it comes, full when it releases in full.
nice, dude. I can't wait, honestly. That's I feel like I don't know, especially last month there was not much to look forward to. So this is at least nice to look forward to something, you know?
I think end of the year is always hard because everybody basically has released their games already.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's basically like, okay, like we want to get our games out before the holiday season, so people actually buy them and spend money on them. But at
Mm-hmm.
the same exact time, we need to get it out before Game Awards and things like that. So I when it comes to Path of Exile, I never played the first one, but I loved Diablo 3. Wasn't big into Diablo 4. Um, but I did just put this on my wish list because I'm interested in playing it, especially since it's free to play. I feel like I can get my friends to join in with me, and I think that'll be a lot of fun because if there's one thing that I regret, it honestly it's buying Diablo 4.
Yeah, me too.
Like I would rather take the money I spent on that and shove it into this game if there's stuff for me to buy in this game because I'll give this game a shot. It looks a lot of fun. But Diablo 4 I haven't touched. I don't care about the seasons. I'm not a seasoned person. And
I
that's
play
where
fighting games, so I'm like definitely into seasons. But Diablo 4 I bought because my brother and some friends bought it. I played it for like a week because yeah, we just played multiplayer together after we were like, we're done multiplayer. I never touched it again. Like you said, I regret buying it because it just sits in my library now. I could have put that money towards other things.
there's just nothing going on in the game that I'm just like, okay, I have to go back and
Yeah.
I have to play it. And I understand that seasons are the way that games like that survive, but from the get-go it didn't capture my attention. So nothing that they do now is going to capture my attention. I don't get the same vibe in 4 as I did in 3, and I loved 3. I would run 3 all damn day.
Oh yeah, 3 was amazing.
But like 4, I don't know what it is, but I cannot stand 4. It is just not fun.
Mhm.
So, I don't know. I will definitely give this a shot. Um I don't think I'm going to pre-purchase. I'll just wait and see what happens. Um and yeah, we'll go
I
from
mean,
there.
it's free to play, so I mean, you're really only sacrificing your time, if anything.
Yeah. Um but yeah, I'm like super curious about this. And I've been told to play Path of Exile before, and I just like never did. And I truthfully don't understand why I haven't.
Haley,
Hello?
go play Path of Exile.
Bruh, I can't. This one's coming out soon. I'm just gonna wait.
Honestly, yeah, good idea.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel like you'll like it.
yeah. If you like Diablo 3, you're gonna like this game.
I fucking love Diablo 3. I have that thing on PC and PlayStation.
I do too.
You like a game when you buy it multiple places and you just play it over and over and over again.
Yeah, Diablo 3. I think I own for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC.
It was so good. I know everybody shits
Yeah.
on Diablo 3, but I love that game.
The first three Diablos were amazing games. I just like it's hard to explain like why 4 to me wasn't as good. Um, Maybe I just got kind of sick of Diablo. Um, because 3 I was playing for years even after it came out. So I don't know. 4 just didn't do it for me.
What also happened was, um, I think Diablo 3, I only really liked Diablo 3 after the expansion came out, after Reaper of
Yeah.
Souls. Um, but I think people were um, thinking that the same thing was going to happen with Diablo 4 with this recent expansion. Um, I don't think it did. Like, I don't think that expansion fixed the game in the way that I felt like Reaper of Souls fixed Diablo 3. So that doesn't help either. That sucks. I'm bummed
Mhm.
about that, to be honest.
Honestly, I feel like I hear a lot of people say that Diablo 3 got better after Reaper of Souls. I think I picked. No, I didn't. I picked it up before Reaper of Souls came out. And I enjoyed it before that came out. Um, I I was expecting Diablo 4 to be good from the jump, in all honesty. Because I was like, okay, like, you've been working on this for years. Like, this has to be good from the get go. And I just wasn't a fan of it from the jump. And I played through the storyline because I love playing through the storyline. And I was like, okay, like, this is good. I thought the ending was shit. I thought the ending was a cop out. I was not happy with that ending. That's a bunch of bullshit. Bunch of bullshit. And I want to get the DLC, but I'm also just like, I don't even care enough. I'll go watch somebody do a cinematic movie of the goddamn cutscenes for the DLC and just skip it. I don't know. I'm just not a fan. Not a fan.
I'm just gonna play Path of Exile too.
I think Blizzard has a lot going on and they need to really figure their shit out.
I mean, they re-released Warcraft 3. I mean, I was happy about that.
Wow. I can't tell if our
Yeah.
standards are low or.
Now, for me, my dad was a huge fan of Blizzard growing up, so that's why I played all the Blizzard games: StarCraft, Warcraft, Diablo. Um, that's why Diablo 4 was kind of a disappointment because I grew up with Blizzard. That was one of the main developers that my dad actually really enjoyed, and to this day he plays the old school Blizzard games. So I think that's probably another reason Diablo 4 didn't work for me, was just because I have these childhood memories of playing 2 and 3. Um, but Path of Exile just kind of feels, like it has that magic that I enjoyed when I used to play uh, the old Diablos.
Okie dokie, guys. Well, that is the end of this episode. Um, let's kick it over to just any final thoughts that you have regarding uh November, December, or just the year in general.
Uh, what? There's really nothing. I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing about the Infinity Nikki game. I think that everyone should go play that. That looks really fun.
That surprises me.
It
I'm
doesn't
sorry.
surprise me.
The entire time that you guys were talking, I was just muted, obviously, and I was just laughing my ass off the entire time. Once you started talking about like the dress battles, I lost my shit. There was no way I could say anything without laughing. So, but I'm good now, and you should play this game. This looks like fun.
I
Honestly,
uh
it's a lot of fun.
I agree with Brennan. I got that song stuck in my head now.
The song is really catchy.
It is. Like, if you're listening to this, go watch the Infinity Nikki trailer. That song is just so fucking catchy. So yeah, I mean, if you don't want to pay for Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, and you want something to play this month, you got Infinity Nikki and Path of Exile too. Um, especially if you want to sink some time into something, play Path of Exile too. Um, it's fun. It's a deep game, but it's fun. That's all I gotta say.
Honestly, this year has left us off on sort of like, I don't know, I'm sort of disappointed. I wanted a little bit more to end the year with a bang, but I feel like, and I feel like I say this every year, um, but I feel like year after year after year, we just keep getting better game after better game after better game. And I think, at least I'm hoping that next year is a banger, and I hope that we get a lot of really great games, especially with Sony. Um, I haven't. I bought Dragon Age Inquisition, and I played maybe like 25 minutes of it. I just need something that makes me go, damn, I really need to turn on my PlayStation. Because I have a PlayStation 5, and I just haven't really used it. And I truthfully don't know what it is. Because there's games out that I'm just like, oh yeah, like that looks really good. But I'm just like, I don't. Mm-mm.
Especially with most games you can just buy on PC anyway.
Exactly. So, like, I don't know if this is the death of console gaming for me personally, um, which would be wild if it is. Um, but we'll see. I don't know. I don't know.
Because I could get into that for the next 30 minutes, but I don't think we want to sit here and listen to that.
Let's save that for the end of the year episode.
Okay.
But I will say the one thing that I'm majorly looking forward to is um, the standoff between Assassin's Creed Shadows and Ghost of Yotai. Um,
I'm sorry, Ghost is going to win.
I know it is. I know it is. And you know what? That I'm perfectly fine with that. I am 100% fine with that because it deserves it. But I'm excited, and I think that is probably going to be the two things that I talk about all next year because I am just so excited.
People listening, we get to like July. Like, oh, damn it, she's still talking about this.
I'm playing both. Like I normally I maybe buy one console game a year if that. Um but I am buying both of those. I will be playing both of those on my PlayStation.
Yeah. The Ghost Ghost I'm looking forward to. I loved Ghost of Tsushima. That was a really good reason to buy a PlayStation 5. Um, which I mean, my PlayStation 5 doesn't sit there just because I have family that has PlayStation 5, so I can play with them, friends. But yeah, I feel console just isn't doing as well as it did, a decade ago.
Yeah, my Demon Souls machine has just been sitting there for the past like 2 years. It really sucks. Okay, actually, no, I played Spider-Man 2. And I played Final Fantasy 7 Remake and the other one,
Ew.
and Ghost of Tsushima. But beyond that, my Demon Souls machine has just been kind of crying.
Brendan, love me.
Yeah, I just, I
Oni-chan.
don't know. There hasn't really been, there hasn't been much to make you know, make my light bulbs start going off in my head and stuff.
My.
Me to make like cartoon noises like like that kind of shit. Nothing's made me do that in a while. So like I don't know. I Yeah, man.
But it's like it's the exclusives that at least for me,
Hmm.
it's the exclusives that really drove me to pick Sony and PlayStation as my go-to console. Before I had a PC. And it's just like now it's like I don't really see a point. Like if there was one reason for me to purchase a PlayStation, it was God of War. I'm pretty sure that's the only game that I've completely like I haven't completely like 100% of the game, but I sat there and went through the whole storyline and completed it that way. I think that's the only game on my PlayStation that I've actually did that with because it was the only one that I cared about. Everything else, it's like I never finished Ghosts. That was on me. I'm pretty sure AC Vikings came out shortly after that or something. I got distracted by Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Um, I just never finished Ghost, which I hate myself for not doing, and I probably won't go back and finish it. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not enticed to turn on my PlayStation, and I think that's just Sony's fault, to be
Well,
honest.
I gotta get on buying for PlayStation next year, but we'll talk about that next year.
I just last comment, and then we'll talk about this some other time. I just think that Sony fucked up by not coming out of the floodgate with good exclusives. And
Oh,
I
I agree.
I also think that's because when they dropped the PlayStation 5, it was COVID.
Hmm.
So, like, there was the whole scalper situation. Not a lot of people are really getting their hands on it. You can't really release the video games if you can't really have people work on them. And it's just like, okay, I understand that, but we're several years after COVID now, and they still really haven't bounced back. What the fuck are they waiting for? But that's my 50 cents on the game. Um so yeah. So this is the end of the pre-review crew for 2024. Do hang on. In a couple weeks we will have our end of the year episode where we discuss and give out our game awards for all the games that we talked about for this year, and then we'll get more in depth on why we think console gaming is dying, but also where we think console gaming is going, which I think will be a great episode and a great topic to end the year with. So we will see you back here in a couple weeks. I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, and we will catch you back here next time. Goodbye.